album review, and this week we're going to look at one of the most important punk albums to come out in the UK, and it's from a band called The Damned, formed in 1976 by Dave Vanian, guitarist Brian James, bassist and later guitarist Captain Sensible, but his real name is Raymond Ian Burns, and drummer Ray Scabies. And they were the very first punk band from the United Kingdom to release a single. Rat Scabies, of course, his real name's Chris Miller. David Vanian is David Lett. So that is great names. Brian James, his real name's Brian Robertson, but that because there was another Brian Robertson, I can understand why he'd done that. He went on to in fame of Clash and Generation X. So this album, The Damned's debut, Damned, was released in 1977 by Stiff Records, produced by Nick Lowe, and it was the first full-length album released by a UK pop punk band. So the lineup, of course, David Vanian, Brian James, Captain Sensible and Rat Scabies. First track on here is a great little track called Neat. I love this. Now, Captain Sensible, great bass line, lots of energy. It's a great vocal from Dave. I really like this track. It's a good punk song, lots of energy. Second track is called Fan Cub. Not as aggressive as Neat, but it's got a really good riff in it. But it hasn't got the same aggression. It's quite mellow for a punk song, in fact, but it's a good song. Then we have a little track called I Fall. Good little punk song this is, lots of aggression, but it's sung like posh punks, and I think that's quite unique. You listen to all the other punk bands, these were quite posh in places, and David Vanian's vocals come over as quite poshy type thing, and I like that track. Then we have a track called Born to Kill. Lots of grit in this, some great guitar work here from Brian. Strong riffs, powerful chords, very good track. Then we have this little short thing called Stab You in the Back. Short, sharp, it's over in so much time, but they're going to bump finished. Then we have a track called Feel the Pain. I like this one, it's an interesting vocal from Dave, I must admit. Very interesting, experimenting again, and really good. Then we have my favourite track on here. It's called New Rose. What I like about this is Rat Scabies' drumming. Really good drumming, really clash blang sort of now, driving riffs, and a great vocal. Very, very good track. Then we have a little track called Fish, another very short one. Great bass line here from the Captain. Solid track. See Her Tonite. Lots of great plain punk music on this one. Heavy. Great bass line, great singing, great drums, great guitar work. Absolutely killer track on this album. Then we have a track called One of the Two. Again, Rat's drumming is great on this. Captain's bass line, they drive the song along. Very good song. So messed up, sorry. A very short, typical punk song. Lots of aggression on this. Very, very good. And the album ends up with a cover version of the Stooges' I Feel Alright. Not the best cover. Probably the may have been a filler track on the album, but it's not a bad version, but it's not as good as the Stooges. So what did the press thought about it? So Chris Welsh, great rock journalist with the NME, praised this album's musical ability, opinion that the band have all the residual skills needed for the actual performance of exhausting modern music. Chris also said that James was the most effective powerhouse guitarist since Pete Townsend. Now that's saying something. And concluded that the album on the whole was highly professional production, is much more convincing than some other the new bands he'd heard. Very good from Chris, always a man of reason. In 1990, Trouser Press review of Machine Gun Etiquette era, Robbins described Damn Damn Damned as an instant obsolescence despite their near perfection. BBC Music Retrospective praised the album's energy and pop and satire and general humour. The American press favoured the album. Ned Raggett of AllMusic called it a stone classic of rock and roll fire and declared that Damn Damn Damned and it remains a rock at its messy, wonderful best. Some good reviews. So let's have a look at the scores on the Doors for this one. AllMusic gave it a 4 stars. Mojo gave it a 4 stars. NME out at 8 out of 10. Pop Matters gave it a 9 out of 10. Q gave it a 5 stars. Record Collector gave it a 4 stars. Record Mirror gave it 5 stars. Rolling Stone Album Guide gave it a 5.5 out of 10. Sounds gave it a 10 out of 10. Uncut 8 out of 10. Did all right in the charts. Number 34, not a bad start for them. But for me, it was a very important punk album. The first long play songs, great songs on here. You saw the potential with this band. I think this is a great album. They were going to be a very influential band on other punk. So I'm going to give this album an RTO ranking, a 7.5, purely because it is one of the great British punk albums of all time. So there we go. That's it for today. What have we got for you tomorrow? Well, we've got part 5 of the Alexis Corner story, and we're going to have a look at his solo albums. Yes, with all these collaborations he did, he still had time to make some solo albums. And also tomorrow's retro ranking, and we're coming up to that time of year when BBC here in the UK do their Children in Need, and there's always a charity record. So we've got 5 good songs, and unfortunately there was not enough to make 10, so I've put 5 of probably the worst charity singles that I have ever heard. They are terrible. So that's all for tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone, and have fun. Bye now.